This week, famous theoretical physicist and cosmologist and author Stephen Hawking has died at 76. And the question on most people's mind is, how will the wheelchair fit in a coffin? Is that in bad taste? Actually, I'm not even convinced that Stephen Hawking and Bill Gates are separate people. Probably Bill Gates' side scam to get a disability pension. Now every sad-ass, desperate to seem intelligent sap who know Stephen Hawking best from his guest appearances on The Simpsons and The Big Bang Theory are taking to Facebook and telling us how much he meant to them. But they haven't opened a physics book in decades. Never has there been such an outpouring of false intellectual appreciation since the death of Steve Jobs. And he was actually a businessman. Take Carrie Ann's post. Typical, you inspired me bullshit. What exactly were you inspired to do, Carrie Ann? It obviously wasn't to broaden your mind. Maybe Carrie Ann was inspired to recreate Hawking in Lego form. A surprisingly popular Lego theme. Probably because retards like Carrie, who are desperately trying to look intelligent by mentioning a deceased smart person's name, are the same retards still playing with Lego as grown ass adults. Baby Lego Stephen Hawking is also popular. Here's some instructions. Because dumb shits like Carrie think crap like this is cute. Hawking's death is a great blow to science because thousands of researchers around the world were desperate to find out how a disabled man with a robot voice managed to seduce his nurse. And if that doesn't convince you how intelligent Hawking was, well, you might be surprised to know that between 1950 and 1953, as a student before Hawking was diagnosed with ALS, he actually attended an all-girls high school. Genius! Can't meet girls? Join an all-girls school. Talk about the power of mind over matter. And in Hawking's case, it's the power of the mind over dark matter, because he was an expert in black holes. But as an expert on black holes, it's pretty strange that he never visited Compton. Ooh. I asked my black friend, who actually lives in Compton, is that racist? And he replied, shit, if that's the worst you got to say about Compton, you should write us a review. In fairness though, if Hawking had studied white holes, I'd have made a joke about some hole, some shithole that white people lived in. Like, I don't know, maybe Russia. Hawking is well known for one of the best-selling science books of all time, A Brief History of Time, which centers on the erotic sexcapades of Father Time and his various affairs, and ends with the ominous truth that time fucks us all. Everyone's like, wow, look what Hawking did. A professor at Cambridge University's Department of Applied Mathematics and Theoretical Physics for 3 decades, and he did it all in a wheelchair. But in truth, it's not like he had to wrestle any of the other professors to get that position. Maybe it's a case of the less you can move, the more interesting physics becomes. Rest in peace, Stephen Hawking. Or do whatever you think happens after we die. Because we know that everyone was constantly asking you what happens in the afterlife. Or should I say, rest in peace, Stephen Hawking or Stephen Hawkins, not Stephen Hawking, because pretty much everyone F's up your name. Live long and prosper. Of course, you were on one of those episodes of Star Trek. If you or one of your loved ones would like their wake done by a comedian, please contact me on the following number: 666-666-666. Thank you.